I've got today a brand new Triad and introducing and installing Triad Speedfeed Pro. Now, I have already installed it on my personal Triad. If you guys are wondering what the difference is, this is what the stock Triad comes with. This is the Speedfeed, and it's a rubberized Speedfeed. It does the trick. It works great, but the new Triad Speedfeed Pro is a much more robust design. It has very hard plastic fingers right here, and it's more one directional. So these fingers are also on springs. The lid actually has a locking mechanism. So there's a button tab right here that helps to lock the lid down. I'm going to get into the install right here and show you how easy it actually is to quickly install the new Speedfeed Pro into a brand new Triad. And if I can do it, anybody can do it. So the first thing you're going to want to do is pop the lid off right here, unlock your Triad, and remove the upper shell. You're going to want to have a small tool. I use a flathead screwdriver right here, and this is to push the locking pin out. So it's very simple. You're going to push it to one side or the other. I'm going to push it all the way to my left here, and what it's going to do is it's going to actually just kind of drop right out right here. You're going to be able to put a very minimal amount of torque on this, and it's just going to slide out. Now, I do want to keep a little bit of pressure right here on the spring because I do want to keep this spring orientation in place, and I'll explain that here in a second. So I'm just going to slowly, slightly bend it upward, and that slides right out. As a matter of fact, the pin already came right out there. Again, what I was saying about the spring orientation is you're going to want to keep this orientation exactly the same. So I'm just going to lay my lid down right here. I'm going to put the pin right next to it with my little push tool. And by orientation, I mean, I'm just going to lay them side by side, and I'm going to pick this spring up, and I'm going to put it exactly how it was sitting there. I'm going to take my pin and push it right through. So I have a lid that looks like this. Again, the same way we just took it out, we're going to put it back in by pushing the pin off to one side completely. You're going to want to hold on to that so it doesn't slide in any direction. And then again, you're just going to reverse the way that you did it. So I'm going to take this long end here. I'm going to slide it in to the side here. There's a little hole. Find that guy. And then once you get to all the way to the edge, I'm just going to apply a little bit of torque pressure there to bend it back into place, and take my small tool and then push the pin back through. And what I'm going to do is the same exact direction. What you're going to want to do is you got to put just the right amount of pressure on it so that way you don't push it all the way to one end and then all the way back. But you can see the inside, I've got it pretty well lined up, and spring is in the right spot right there. And then you can just close the lid here. But we're going to place the top tray back on like so. Click it down. Lock your Triad in place and close the lid.